to the cloud. Okay, we are going to, everybody is, mute everyone. All right. We're going to talk today about walking with spirit. And that's what my goal is talking about today, is walking with spirit. And we have all these things in our lives that we actually do. As a spiritualist, I was always told to connect to spirit, meditate, get quiet, be patient, do all these things. I have friends of mine that teach that we shouldn't get connection with our guides because we should just stay connected to our higher self. We don't need our guides. The guides actually followed us here. So, and then people attract to angels, and they talk to their angelic presence, the angels' kingdom. So we have all these different modalities that we follow in our lives. Now, I'm not a spirit. I'm not one of the people who are going to tell you, "Oh my God, don't talk to your angels. Don't talk to this. Don't talk to that. Don't talk to this." Just talk to your higher self, because there are all these different paths to the spirit world to walk in the power with your guides, or your spirit teachers, or your higher self, or your higher vibration. So there are all these different paths on how to arrive there, on how to place yourself in that vibration. So don't think that, oh my God, Lou, I talk to spirit and this is the way I do it. And somebody said that that's wrong. No, it's not. It's exactly the way it works for you. It's how it propels itself for you. The only way you're going to gain your power is through the vibration and through the cell memory, to the vibration of the cells within your body. You are the one that's going to be able to follow the path. Cell memory in your body from past lives, incarnations, in this lifetime, through other modalities that you've been into, your cell memory is going to be different than mine. So you're going to travel in a different vibration. That's how you connect to spirit, how you increase the power within your vibration. So when you start this, when you work with spirit, or when you're trying to work with spirit, is really trying to tell them, ask them, tell them. I had a client the other day, I told him, I said, just ask them, is there anything I need to do that I'm not doing that I should be doing? Please show me. By asking, by reinforcing it. Sometimes we have to do a little bit of yelling with our guides. Some people say, oh my God, oh my God. Sometimes we just have to adjust or put things in motion or get things set in the vibration. Remember, everything about your vibration, everything connected to you is from your guides and connected to the higher sense of consciousness. Higher sense of consciousness. Remember that. Your higher sense of consciousness, not somebody else's. So I could tell you to do readings this way or that way, or this connection or that way, or that connection. Remember, everything about connecting to spirit is this divine connection to the higher sense of consciousness. You have to realize that everything about connecting to spirit is through your higher vibration, through your connection to the spirit world. Your connection, not mine. So I want you to try to really work with spirit, try to figure out exactly how you personally work with spirit. When I teach classes, and I'll be teaching classes this Friday about how to do paintings and how to use paint and cards to actually produce a reading from your spirit guides. And I'm going to teach people how to do that Friday so they can actually understand how that works. I know Robert Johnstone used to do it here, and some other people used to do these rainbow readings or these flower readings with paint. But I'm going to teach people how to do that, not because I want you to be this flower reader or this oral reader. I want you to understand that if there's something with that actually works for you, then allow yourself to connect to that. Taking pieces from your lifetime, from your vibration now, to build the power that walk with spirit, to build your power. It doesn't start off just all of a sudden you've got it and it's just there. I've been doing readings and stuff for, well over 60 years. I'm still working towards that vibration. I'm still working towards it. I'm not there yet. I'm not at that space yet that I feel that I need to be yet. But I'm still propelling myself forward, learning new vibrations, new situations to place myself where I need to be. So that's what we do. We keep adding things to our agenda, our vibration, to allow us to pick up the power vibration within us. When you have that connection, and when I taught in school, when you have that connection, you never forget that instant where you connect to spirit, where you connect to that higher consciousness, your higher consciousness, the higher consciousness of spirit. You never forget a moment when you have that clear sight or that clear vision. And that's where we all want to get. We want to get to that clear vision, that clear sight of talking to spirit, of connecting to them. And that's through training ourselves by being quiet, by being patient, patience with your guides. Sometimes the teacher will not arrive until you're ready. The teacher, the vibration, the energy might not arrive until you're ready. You might want it, but it doesn't actually arrive until you're actually ready for it to be here, because then you wouldn't accept it. The best energy in the whole world could arrive in your life. If you're not ready for it, you're not going to be able to accept it. But if we asked ourselves, what do I need? What do I personally need from the spirit world? What do I need? What do I need to connect to? And allow yourself to watch for the repetition within your life, whether through a dream state, whether through your waking state, maybe through a meditative state. You start seeing things, or you start envisioning things, or have a visual view of what's going on around you. Allow yourself to really say, what do I need? What do I need? We have an aspect that people think, oh my God, Lewis, you got to listen to your guides. You can't yell at your guides. You can't yell at them. I yell at my guides. They followed me here. If I'm not yelling at my guides, I'm probably talking to my higher self. But I'm talking very strenuously about what I absolutely feel like I absolutely need. I need, not somebody else, but I need in the vibration. Because sometimes we have to make that forceful vibration towards the spirit world, say, I really need this. I really like to see this. Instead of playing with it, instead of saying, well, I'm going to meditate today, and then 5 weeks from now, I might meditate again, and or I might read something about spirit, but then I'll put it on the back shelf, and it's just conscious effort to continually work at it, to talk to them, to connect to them. Now, when I deal with Christopher Thames, and me and Christopher Thames talk, he talks about not dealing with guides, only dealing with your higher self, the oneness that is you. Well, the oneness is you is great, but you still have guides. You still have people that have followed you to protect you, to guide you, to bring things around you, a vibration. You still have that. We have the Holy Spirit that Jesus sent to us when he went back to spirit. Holy Spirit engulfs us, protects us, guides us. So that spirit that is there with us, that guides us through our existence, is there. Whatever we call it, guides, higher self, master teachers, angels, whatever we call it, that's what it is. So then we have to actually figure out how that energy is working with us. How? And that's through getting quiet, asking, but most of all to find that communication, our way of communicating with the power of spirit, our way. And you can do it through meditation. You can actually sit there and just be quiet and do nothing. Just once or twice a day, just sit quietly and just listen. The law of silence actually comes into play because we have to be silent, not because we silence our mouth, we silence that voice within us, just to be in the silence. The law of like attracts like, the law of attraction, the law of cohesion, the law of gravity. There's laws that are put in effect here that we put in effect every single day that we walk on the earth plane. These laws are in effect. They're part of our vibration. we really want to attract something, then the law of attraction falls into place. It falls into place into our vibration. It falls into place. So if we follow the law of attraction and we follow the law of vibration, the law of cause and effect, we follow these vibrations or these laws within our auric field, then we understand that we are there if we allow it to just be for us. It's not because we're allowing it to be for everyone else. It's what it is for us, the voice we hear, the sound we hear from spirit. And in the beginning, there was the sound. And when we forcefully tell spirit or work with spirit and we talk to spirit, we out loud, not within our head, because it could go through all our filters. By the time your guides hear you, they don't really understand what you're saying. But by voicing your voice, the sound of your voice attracts the spirits within the spirit world. I'll sit and talk to myself. I'll sit and talk. I haven't started answering myself yet, but I do talk to myself. I do talk to my guides out loud when I'm doing meditation, when I'm doing time to be quiet, when I do chanting, when I'm doing different things in the vibration, when I'm doing things in the vibration, when I'm connecting to senses of consciousness, vibrations that I'm doing chanting. When I do the Buddha Maitreya Pyramid, he has recordings that he is chanting through the recordings. Chanting, music, different things going on, drumming circles work really well when you're trying to channel something because it's that constant beat of the drum. So there's things that we can do to enforce or to create a higher sense of consciousness or a higher power within our vibration. But we as individuals have to remember how that appeared. The whole vibration could happen, but we have to remember, how did we get to that point and how can we make it happen again? How can we make that whole vibration happen again? Because see, when I do readings with people, I know when I'm right and I know when I see spirit, because there's a feeling that comes about my vibration when spirit is really connected. When I'm really massively connected to spirit, there's a vibrational force that sits around me. So I know that I'm right. I know that spirit is in the right direction. If I have that feeling, you could shake your head no, but I'll just keep going because it is exactly what they want you to hear. There's something with that vibration. And after a while you go, oh yeah, but I knew that was it when I started it because the feeling was there. That's where you want to get when you walk in the power. You want to have that feeling in your vibration and know that when you are there, you are there. You are connected to the spirit world. You're connected. There's different ways of that vibration of connection. I have my guide, Jeff, who is my gatekeeper, but you have gatekeepers. You have these people who guard the gate for protection. They're a little bit crazy over on the spirit side of life. So you have a protection vibration. You have a gatekeeper that allows other people in, that protects you. If you didn't protect yourself, didn't protect the vibration, or didn't have guides throughout your auric field to protect your vibration, you would be open to everything in the spirit world. You don't want to be open. You don't want to be open 24/7. You want to have that protection, that when you go to spirit, you are protected. You are connected to the spirit world. You're protected. So you have your gatekeeper, your physician, your alchemist, your bouncers, your joy guides, your animal totems, your vibrations within your life. You have all that going on behind you, behind the scenes. It's like a whole theater production. I might be going on the stage, but behind me, there's the lighting experts, there's the director, there's everybody else running around the platform, all running around the stage, making sure that the production goes off as planned. That's why our guides are here. They're not only here to adhere to the production or the sense of consciousness that we need to have in our lives. That affects our health. It affects our well-being. We opened ourselves up to this negative energy from the spirit world. It'll affect our body in negative ways, in negative vibrations. When I teach mediumship and people do mediumship and they connect to spirit. Oh, they do a few readings. But then all of a sudden they eat sugar. They eat some kind of sugar right after they start doing a lot of readings. Most mediums have sugar diabetes. They have diabetes because they eat sugar. Their body doesn't know what to do with all that vibration. You haven't let the energy come down. You're still at a high level and you haven't let the energy drop. So by eating sugar right after you do a lot of readings isn't going to be extremely helpful for your connection to spirit. It's just going to do things to your body that you're not supposed to have. When you do readings, you activate the hypothalamus, the pineal gland, the thyroid, the gallbladder, all these glandular systems through your body go into hypertension, hypervibration. So all of them start secreting things into your vibration. Once you finish reading, you have to allow that to come back a little bit to normal, before you start eating certain foods that are going to cause you to be ill. You have to keep yourself healthy if you really want to keep doing this. Since you're being sick and not being able to connect, because now you're too sick to meditate, you're too sick to connect, you're just too tired, you're too exhausted. You don't want to really get to that point. You want to tell your guides what you expect, what you want from them. That's what I explain to people. When we do the power of walking in the power with spirit, we set the rules. You set the rules. Spirit doesn't set rules. You can allow them to set the rules, but they have a sense of humor. Allow them to set whatever they want. But you have to personally set the rules that you want them to abide by. I have a set of rules. My guides have to abide by those rules, or I won't speak to them. I won't have a conversation with them. They have to abide by certain rules that I've placed in motion, because this is the body that I have. They can't destroy the body. They can't destroy this vibration. If I'm doing the work for spirit, there's no reason for them to hurt or disrupt the vibration. You can't do readings for people or have that connection to spirit if spirit's grabbing hold of you and doing things to you and you're going, oh, this is miserable. I'm so miserable. I'm so miserable. If they make you miserable, then you're going to stop doing it. Then you're going to stop that connection to spirit. Then you won't connect. It doesn't mean your guides have left. Doesn't mean you lost that connection to your higher self. You've just hung the line up. You just hung the phone up. You just aren't communicating. But they are still communicating with you. They are still working in your better half to get you to where you need to be. Because spirit never leaves you. They never drop out of the way and tell you to be on your own. They are always there looking after you. And I've said this before, that remember, spirit, people will ask, why does doesn't have spirit have anything else to do? They're on the other side. Can't they go someplace and enjoy themselves? Bum, 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 bum. Spirit is connected to you because you are part of the group consciousness that you have come from. They are part of your personal group consciousness. They are there to improve your life here, to bring your consciousness up. When they do that, it affects the group in a very positive, extremely positive nature. So they are there to bring your energy to a higher sense of consciousness. Somebody here today said, well, we should just play music in the house. Play music. I play Louise Hay's 101 Thoughts. I play that in the house. The house takes on the energy. The walls, the wood, the walls will take on the energy. Furniture will take on the energy of whatever's being played in the house. So that energy will start to build upon itself. It's all psychometry. The energy of the space, the energy of the vibration. It's what energy I put inside of my vibration is what strength or power that I get out of it with my connection or my walk with spirit. When you walk with spirit, you might say, Louis, I haven't contact with them in years. Well, sometimes we get older. It takes us more time to make that connection. We slammed the door shut when we were young. We left that door closed for many, many years. The hinges have got rusty. We've lost the key to the door. And now we've got to try to figure out how to open the door without too much craziness. So it takes us a little bit longer. Children, they see spirit very quickly. Adults, takes them a little bit more time to break through to that vibration, to get themselves to where they need to be. It's through the meditations, the vibrations in our lives that we find what works for us. And don't the best thing I found out here when I lived out here and a lot of camps and different things, people would say, you don't want to do that. Well, that's the first thing I went and did. Those are the first people I went and go, you don't want to go talk to them. Oh, that's the first person I went to go talk to. Because I just wanted to see what they were teaching. Why wasn't I supposed to listen to them? What were they teaching that I was not supposed to learn? I always wanted to see what I wasn't supposed to see. Well, maybe I wasn't supposed to see that. Don't talk to them. I first came out here, they told me not to talk to one of the ministers out here. Really? The first minister I talked to. I want to see what they were teaching, what they were doing. They taught me a few things that I probably would not have learned if I didn't actually go talk to them. Same thing with people, individuals, people who do readings, people who teach this vibration. They always will have something to teach you, something vibrational to teach you. They might not teach you everything, but something will be able to be taught to you. Even the worst teachers are one of the good teachers in your vibration because they will teach you what not to do, how not to communicate to spirit, how not to propel that, how not to make that connection. So we always are learning through our lives. And we say, well, I've learned everything, don't need it anymore, I've learned everything. Then you haven't got to that point of connecting to the spirit world because you never stop learning. You never stop that progression in the vibration. There's always this learning or this constant bringing information in, sorting through it, keeping what you need, leaving the rest, and moving forward. You're always bringing information into the vibration. So don't think that you've stopped. Ask your guides, is there something else I need to learn? Is there something else you need to show me? Something else I need to connect to at this point? Show me, and watch what appears in your vibration. You might not take the whole subject, but you might take parts of it. Add it to your resume, your spiritual resume, I call it. Add it to it. Then move on to something else, on to something else, on to something else. Because I don't consider myself a spiritualist medium. I'm in a spiritual community, a spiritualist. I'm licensed as a spiritualist medium here. But I do all types of energy healing, all types of energy readings, because I have a modality of all these other modalities that reside within me, reside within my being. So when I'm doing a reading, all of it comes to play. All of it is part of my vibration. If I see tarot cards in vibration, I know how to read them. I see I Ching, I know how to read the coins of I Ching. If I see ropes, I see smoke, I see all these different modalities that I've learned will come into play. Because I'll know what it means. I will know what it connects to, and I'll be able to tell you what I see and what it connects to you for, because that is how I see it. Most of you here today, you've learned things in your life. You could be into yoga, you could be into Reiki, you could be in pranic, you could be in this, you could be in metaphysics, you could be all this other modalities that have been taught to you throughout your life. But you are a conglomerate of all of it, a balance of all of it. That's why you were born into this lifetime. That's why you picked your family. That's why you ventured through your childhood into your early adulthood and into your later years. You have followed a path in your life to attract the people that you've needed to teach you what you need for you, also what you need for your spiritual group on the other side. So you've crossed paths with these people to teach you. Well, so when you're learning this stuff from the spirit world, say to your guides, what do I need to know from this? What do I need to see from this? What do I need to bring into my life from this vibration? Then watch what appears in your life. What are you guys trying to show you? What? Because I've learned that through my life, my mother and different vibrations in my life. I've understood that everything has a meaning of why it crossed my path. Might not have been pleasant when it was first here. It might not have been pleasant when it left. But it was a message that I needed to look at. The only reason we keep things in our lives is we did not learn the message that was supposed to be learned from that event. When we learn the message, then it will leave. So we always have to ask ourselves, What is the message with this? What am I supposed to learn from this? So that situations that are negative in our lives will leave. Once we've learned what we needed to do from that situation, we might say, Lewis, it's not for me. It's not my life lesson. Well, what it probably isn't. But it could be somebody else's life lesson that you're helping with. Or you could be helping the cosmic energy or the universal energy with what you learned from that event. It might not be for you. But doesn't mean it isn't there for you to do something with to affect something else. So ask your guides, there's something going on in your life, even in your life right now, just quietly ask your guides, what do I need to learn from this? What is my purpose with this event? Then allow yourself a week, maybe a week and a half. You guys will answer you. They'll bring people, events in your life to kind of give you an attention. You might not get it right away, but keep asking. Tell them, say, no. You're supposed to show me what is with this event that I have to learn from so I can let it be, so I can let it go. So allow yourself to learn from the events in your life. I've learned from all the teachers in my life. I've learned something because I learned things from the worst teachers I've ever had in my life. I still learn things from them. I learned how not to do readings, how not to propel myself, how not to stand on the platform, how not to do certain things. I learned things because I would watch them work and I'd go, whew, never want to do that. Oh my God. So I learned things when people were sitting there reading. I used to attend a lot of events, watching people read, different types of readers, different all kinds of readers, watching them how they read or how they connected to spirit. And every single one I learned something from. I learned how not to do it and how to do it. Same thing with connection to our higher self or connection to our power, our walk with spirit. We're learning things every day of how to make that walk stronger, to make the power stronger within our being. So every day we're learning something. So you should keep some kind of journal, keep some kind of power journal. Call it a power journal. If you should do, call it a power journal. Keep some kind of journal in your life. Give a mental journal. Give a vibration. People say, well, I can't take one journal with you. Well, now these days we have phones. Just hook up the recorder device on your phone. You see something, you have something, hit the recorder, speak into it, leave a message for yourself on your recording device. At the end of the day, play them all back and write it down. Works really well. I do that. I'll think of something or I'll put some emotion. I said, ooh, I should remember that. Something really cool. I should remember that. So I'll record it. Then later in the day, I'll remember. I'll go, aha, I remember it. But if I don't, I'll just forget it. It'll just be gone. It'll just disappear somewhere. So the question is finding out how it perceives itself in your life. How does it connect to you? How does it propel itself in the vibration for you? Listen to yourself. That is the key. When I teach classes, I don't tell people just get up and don't listen. No, listen to you. How does it feel to you? How does it connect to you? How does it feel to you? If it makes you uncomfortable, then that's not what you should be doing. Your guides are not here to make you uncomfortable. They're not here to make you miserable in the vibration or the walk. The only one that makes ourselves miserable is ourselves, because we attempt to do it without actually saying, oh my God, that doesn't fit me, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or I'm going to try to read like someone else. I'm going to try to be that kind of medium. I'm going to be that medium instead of being the medium for yourself, or the psychic reader for yourself, or the healer that you are supposed to be. You want to try to be like someone else. I have a lady, Harry Edwards. She does Harry Edwards. She wants to be just like Harry Edwards. Well, she's not going to be like Harry Edwards. And she gets mad at me when I tell her that. She goes, oh, you aren't going to be like you, but not like Harry Edwards. You can follow his teachings. You can do whatever you can possibly do with his teachings, but you're not going to be Harry Edwards. You're going to be you. Same thing with mediums. I'm not going to be John Edwards. I'm not going to be another major medium on the world. I'm going to be who I am, me, not somebody else. Because when I start looking at that, I can never achieve that vibration. I can only achieve what I want for me, mine. And that's the power that you propel within your life. When you do meditations, you should ground yourself. You should ground yourself See roots coming out through your feet into the floor and ground yourself, ground your vibration. And then start allowing the energy to fill into your auric field. I like doing meditations that bring you up from the ground yourself to the base of your feet, up to your spine and into your heart chakra. Then I leave that earth energy there at the heart chakra. Then I call for the spiritual energy to bring it through the crown chakra, bring it through your third eye, your throat chakra, and then bring that energy into the heart chakra and allow it to mix with the earth energy. And then I take that energy, which I have mixed from higher consciousness and earth and Mother Earth, and then I allow that to work within my being and to be propelled into the world and the universe at large. I never bring things up from the floor. I love it when people do smudging and they smudge from the floor up. You never want to smudge from the floor up because you're just pulling energy from the floor and throwing it on someone. When you smudge, you go from the crown down. You're pulling all the negativity and stuff off a person's body from the crown down, and you displace it onto the floor around them. You don't bring up from the floor up into someone's vibration. I love when people do that with a thing and they're just fanning up from the floor and they're fanning all this stuff up. No, you do it from the crown chakra down, and you dissipate all that energy. When you want to clear someone's vibration or seal someone's vibration, you start at the crown and you go down and you sweep out and you knock these things away from the individual. You don't bring them on top of them or bring that into the auric field. You're trying to clear the vibration. Same thing with your guides. You see yourself pulling that energy from the higher sense of consciousness down into your being. And any negativity, but I don't see negativity in my body, but some people are trained that way. They see that. Some people train people say, get rid of the negativity within your being. Well, if I've let my mind go to where that negativity is, then I've allowed myself to be there. I've allowed myself to acknowledge that now I must have negativity in my being. But if I'm not going to acknowledge that negativity, but only the positive energy that resides within me, well, then what do I have in my body? But positive energy, positive vibration I have within my being. So when I breathe in through my nose, hold in my lungs, I'm not going to breathe out negativity. I am going to bring out positive energy into the world at large. Not negativity. Why would I spit out air out into the universe with negative energy? Won't do that. I'm going to breathe out positive energy because that's what I'm breathing into my being, and that's what I'm going to breathe out. So you can do what you need to do. If you believe in the negativity within your being, I'm not here to tell you not to. I'm here to say, do you. Do your vibration. Do how you were raised, how you were taught, how you were have things within your being. Do your vibration. You do you. Same thing with your health. Why are you pulling? You're pulling beautiful health energy into your being, but then on top of that, you're breathing out negativity. Why? If you're breathing healthy vibration into your being, you are seeing your body or your spiritual self or your higher self at a very healthy vibration. Why would you breathe out negativity? You're only bringing positive into the vibration. Same thing with talking to your guides. You're not going to talk to some negative guide from the spirit side of life and hope to God that they're going to straighten up. I used to tease people. I said, just give me some money and I'll give it back to you. My brother straightens up. He might never straighten up. Why would you give? No. Remember, when you're pulling energy into the vibration, that includes pulling guides, people, situations to help you. You're breathing out positive energy into the spirit world. Law of attraction. Law of attraction. You're going to attract in your vibration what you're supposed to have. You will attract that, as you will attract what you believe that you deserve. That comes with money, that comes with health, that comes with relationships, it comes with the whole vibration. You'll draw into your life what you personally feel that you deserve. That's why you're talking to spirit. That's why you're communicating with them. You're asking them, okay, is there something I need to do? or change that will make my life better, that will make my life more content within my vibration. What do I need to do? What do I need to do? Not what John down the street needs to do, somebody down the street needs to do, but what do I need to do for that vibration? Because I can only accept what I feel I deserve, not what somebody else deserves. So that's really what the power is, sitting in the power, breathing the power out. We used to do here in the camp, have workshops and visualize a spirit ball of energy in your hand. Start visualizing and building the energy, the spirit ball within your hand, and then throwing it at somebody, and they would catch it, and they would do their energy, and then they would throw it back to you. And we'd play catch with spirit balls, building the spirit energy within your hands. Well, I had a lady here the other week teaching ectoplasm. Teaching ectoplasm. Look at your hand and see the ectoplasm coming out of your hands. We can always see the energy fields coming out of our hands if we stare at our hands long enough. Stare at a hand up long enough. The vibration here is very simple to see the energy around your hand. The auric field, if you teach yourself to do that. There's how to, it's called Living Rainbows. It's how to see auras. I tell people to buy that book, at least download it, look at it. It'll teach you how to see auras. It's called Living Rainbows. It'll teach you how to see auras. If you see auras, you're going to see people. You're going to see people arrive in your auric field. So if you see the auric field, you'll see the people. And then you set your dreams. You set your sleeping moments, because we have, what, most of us are sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours a day. Some of us sleep less. But how many hours you sleep, you're traveling. You're venturing from your physical into the spirit world. So if you're traveling, you should try to remember what you're traveling to. What are you seeing when you're sleeping? What are you connecting to? Address your guides. While your feet are still flat on the floor, address them. Tell them you want to remember your dreams. You want to see your guides. You want to see something. And then go to sleep. Within a while, you'll have a very vivid dream, a very prolific dream that you'll have said, oh my God, that was just, that was real. See where you address these things in your vibration. When you're meditating, you just don't want to open yourself up to the whole spirit world and go, whatever you guys want to show me, I am open. No, you want to try to set it. Every once in a while, having a little trip, you have to punch your ticket, just go wherever you want to go. A lot of times you're learning, you're being downloaded into, you're having spirit download yourself into your vibration. You're having the spirit world download into your higher self, which is then downloaded into your being. So you're wanting the information to be downloaded. You want to be able to remember it, and you want to be able to see it. So you address them, you tell them, be very specific with them. I'm always specific when I go in meditation of what I would like to see. Oh, I'd like to see a past life. I'd like to see where I'm supposed to be going. Is there something I need to do in my life that I'm not doing yet right this moment? Could you please show me? I do my dreams. I got to go to temples and different things on the other side. I want to see where I'm at. I want to see who I'm conversing with when I'm out of body and on the other side. My conversing with relatives, are there guides there? Master teachers, who am I conversing with when I leave my body, when I sleep? See, a lot of this is gaining the power within your own back, taking the power back. Sometimes we have the power in our lives, but then we allow other people to have the power. Other people will tell you, oh my God, this is the way I'm going to teach you, and you're going to have to follow this road, because if you don't follow this road, you're not going to get to the spirit world, and I'm not going to let you be there. And then we get so scared that we want to try to follow what they're trying to teach us instead of allowing ourselves to be who we are. But allow yourself to connect for you, not because somebody's telling you that there's direction. I used to have my father tell me that all the time. There is only one way to the kingdom of God. Well, I used to show him other ways. He would look at those ways. No, 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 no. There's only one way. Well, there are many ways to the Spirit of God. There's only many ways to the temple of God. Many paths, many avenues, many ways to journey to that vibration. Not one, because if we all had just one way to get to the spirit world, we'd all be exactly the same. We'd all be attracting the same energy, the same vibration for every one of us. We'd be born in the same kind of families, the same vibrations would happen to all of us, and we'd have the same vibration that we would take to the spirit world. But we are all different, raised different. We're connected in a different modality within our lives. So we have to realize that every time we say, oh my God, I need to go, somebody tells you to go, this is the way to do it. Take what you need from that. The rest of it, leave it. If it doesn't fit you, doesn't work for you, leave it. Move on to something else that will appear in front of you. If you spend too much time of your life looking at something that you're really not supposed to build with in the first place, then you're never going to get to the next step, the next vibration. I feel like it's almost like a Monopoly board. You just throw the dice and walk as fast as you can. You don't want to get stuck in one of the properties, trying to figure out where you're going from there. You want to keep moving around the board. You want to keep moving. Sure, study it, understand it, and then move forward. All of us, all teachers I've dealt with, Jeremy McDonald, me, Christopher Thames, all these teachers on this life path, we all have information. We don't have the information, but we all have information on how to propel you. Then you take information from each and every one of us and you drop it into your vibration. And then you allow yourself to be your own spiritual coach, your own spiritual connection, your own power. Because when you live your power, when you connect to it, you allow yourself to be at that higher consciousness. Years and years ago, when I was a kid, I couldn't hardly talk straight. But I told my guys if they wanted me to do the work, I had to be able to talk in front of people. Boy, I was scared to death to talk in front of people. But I learned, Spirit allowed me to let go of that fear and be able to stand on a platform and speak. I speak inspirational. I don't have any notes in front of me today. I just speak from what Spirit wants me to talk about. I don't bring a lot of notes here on the vibration. I pull from the spiritual knowledge that I have and talk inspirational. I learned how to do that throughout my life, to speak inspirational. Allow Spirit to work through me. Because I have many guides. I have Lucerne, who will speak through me. I have Jeff, I have Nora, I have Joseph, I have different guides that will speak through my vibration, that will work through me and help me and connect to me. So we have to realize that we have the knowledge. We have to know how to put it in verse, how to speak about how it works for us. And that's through keeping that journal, that written word for yourself. So you can read it back to yourself. You can read back what's going on with your life, especially when you start meditation, when you start these things and you see something, oh my God, that was awesome. Write it down. Then the next couple of days later, you could have the same thing happen. You go, oh, there's a message to that. I should write that down. Keep track of what your guides are trying to tell you. Sometimes it's subtle. There's little subtle vibrations that appear in the vibration to allow you to achieve more power within your being. But as long as you start to see the pattern, Spirit will always show you a pattern. They'll always show you a vibration, a pattern. I spent my childhood in seances with my mother, traveling in these big seances and table tipping and lights going off and people dropping out of the walls and all kinds of stuff going on, trumpet seances and all kinds of stuff when I was young. I traveled all over the United States with my mother doing these things, being part of that spiritual movement, of the phenomenon of Spirit walking into space. And most people never received that. They never seen that. But I saw it firsthand, Spirit walking out of the ceiling, walking into a room and speaking to us. And you could see straight through them. They were this misty figure, but you could make them out. And you could see through them, but they were talking and moving their hands and speaking to us. So I've been through a lot of events that I have seen spirit maneuver themselves into the space through phenomenon. We all have that phenomenon within us. We might not have spirit just arrive at our house and start talking to us. Some of us sense and feel and see spirit. A lot of the times, we just don't know how to connect to them. But we sense them, we feel them, we have that connection to them in our lives. But we have to realize that we are the conduit, our conduit, our vibration, and the energy running through our conduit, our being that clear channel from the spirit world, is how we adjust that vibration, how we adjust it, how we put that in motion. See, when you do the healing, with spirit, when you connect to spirit, tell them what you expect from it. Tell them what you expect from it. If there's something that your higher self needs to do to correct situations within your life, allow them to show it to you. Same thing with your connection to spirit. Is there something from the higher consciousness that I haven't seen yet, that I have not seen yet? Could you please show me? Then I watch. Many years ago when I was sick, when I was ill, I had a Huna teacher just appear in my life. Just walk up the street, appeared in my life. I started doing Huna and taught me how to do Huna on myself. So then I learned how to heal myself. But he appeared from out of nowhere. The same thing when I went to Louisiana. I went to the French Quarter. Me and Marie down the French Quarter. She said, "You should get a reading." Get a reading. I didn't see anybody I wanted a reading with. Then out of the mist, out of some side street, come this guy with this little table. Set up his table. I go, "Oh, he looks strange. I should go get a reading with him." And he actually read bones. Kind of hoping they weren't human bones, but they were bones he was reading. And he did my reading, and it was awesome. He did a really awesome reading. And then when I finished, he folded up his table, took his stuff, and disappeared back into the mist there on the French Quarter. Was he there for a reason? Was there a reason why he showed up at that specific moment, did just one reading for me, and then disappeared back into the mist? Is there a reason why that appeared? That's what we have to look at in our lives. Is there a reason why that event appeared? The only way we can get rid of the event is once we understand why it appeared, why that appeared in my life. Why am I going through that in my life? Show me why. Show me my connection. If there's some kind of life lesson or some kind of connection I have to do, then I can deal with that. But if there's just a passing vibration, allow me to see it so I can let it go and move forward. Because so many people get stuck in their vibration within their life. They get stuck and they don't move forward. They're just in the same place. I know people that are in the same place they were 15, 16 years ago. They have not moved any further forward. They're still in that same spot because they're still dealing with that one shelf or that one box that appeared in their life. Oh, what's in the box? I don't know. Well, why don't you open the box? I'm scared. Why? Open the box. See what's in it. If it scares you, great. If it doesn't, well, great too. You've opened the box. You've actually seen what's in the box. Don't be afraid to open something. Don't be afraid to say, "Oh, I shouldn't open that." Open it. Allow yourself to see it and then move forward. Allow it to go out of your life. That's what I've learned through all the teachings and things I've done in my life. I've been through many teachers and many instructors, but it comes down to the true nature of how we connect to the power of spirit is for us, me. Do you, do your vibration, do you, not somebody else, but me. And if you can't figure out who you are, ask your guides. If they've traveled through lifetimes with you, they've known you when you first existed in the mind of God, and they have traveled through you through every lifetime, every incarnation, and every moment that you have lived. They know who you are. So ask them. Sometimes people tell you to connect to your higher self. Well, you have judgment with yourself. Sometimes people have judgments for themselves. They don't. But if you ask your guides, they can give you a an opinion. Might not be able to take the opinion, but you'll be able to get an opinion from your guides. Allow them to speak to you. And that's through keeping contact with them, finding that moment that you talk to them. But it's just silence. And people will tell me, oh, Lewis, I got to play music. I've got to do all this stuff. I've got to do all this stuff to do meditation. No. Every week, at least once a week, sit in the silence. Silence of the brain, silence of the body, and silence of the mouth. Silence. Try to quiet yourself. Quiet the noise. I sit at least 3 times a week. I sit in the silence. I don't do anything else. I sit in silence. I don't play music. I don't try to look for anything. I don't try to go anywhere. I just sit quietly in the silence. And that teaches me how to quiet that voice within me. Quiet it. So I can listen. So I can learn to listen. And maybe we all just need to learn to listen to each other. Maybe that's it. Just listen to each other. I mean, when I first started healing, we started working with healing and the vibration of people, we did hands-on healing. We did all this work on people. We did all this work at touch from the divine to you and hands-on healing. And over the years, I've noticed that the hands-on healing has started to disappear. Now we do the waving in the auric field. We don't do hands-on. We don't do touch. We do waving. I think that's maybe because we've got all the phone now. We've lost our connection to each other. We've lost our connection to each other that we had many years ago. We've lost that connection. And sometimes I think we've lost our connection to our higher self through all the other modalities that we have in our lives now, through the cell phones and the TVs and the computers and all this stuff. We don't take that time just to be quiet. We've got the phones ringing. We got the TV on. We got the radio going. We got this. We got to have noise. What we need is silence. So when you're dealing with the power of spirit, when you're dealing with the spirit power, allow yourself to look at it. Weigh the possibilities of how much power you want. How much? I tell people, when us with prosperity, money in your life, how much can you accept? Not how much you would, oh my God, I love that, Lou. How much can you personally accept? I always tell people, get a bunch of paper, write figures of money on the paper, fold it, put it in a basket, run them up, hold them in the center of your hand and ask yourself, is this good for me, yes or no? Then open it, see what kind of money you wrote on it. Is it good for you? If your first thought is, no, I don't feel good with that, then open it up. See if you shouldn't ask for that then, because you didn't feel good with that. You didn't feel comfortable with that vibration. Psychometry, the chakras in the palms of your hands, touch something and ask yourself if it's for your highest and best. Is it for your highest and best? It is through just training. It's through a lot of things I can train you to do, I can teach you to do, but you have to put the effort into the vibration to allow yourself to achieve what's your highest potential in that vibration, not mine. I tell people I don't have to do a bunch of readings anymore in public. I don't have to. I've done them for so long now. I'm pretty good at it. I don't have to keep training myself to do readings, but I still want to do them because I feel like I'm still gaining ground when I do them. Same thing in any other modality that I do. The more I do it, the stronger I become at it. The more I do it, or the more the information will arrive in my life to get my attention so that I can readjust it. So I can readjust the direction. I laughed the other day that I was doing seances. I had a seance room, my seance closet in my home. So I ended up with this old book that just happened to drop into my life. And I found out that the closet should be in the north corner of your house. I didn't know that. Out of all the years I've had in my closet, it was not in the north corner of the house. It was not. It was in another corner of the house. I said, ooh. So I changed my whole seance room around. Now it's in the north corner of the house. So I said, well, maybe that's something, because Spirit dropped this book in my life, and it dropped right to that page of where to set the seance cabinet. Because I'd asked him, why isn't the energy getting stronger anymore in my cabinet? And this book appeared and turned to that page. There's a reason. Same thing with healing, same thing with vibrations. Ask your guides. A book, a person, a situation could just appear in your life to get your attention. You go, oh, I didn't know that. You watch. If you're out of your daily routine, that's when your guides can really work for you. They can take you. They can show you things that you would not have seen if you would follow your routine every single day. If you go from your bed to the TV set, to the store, to back to your house, back to your bed, back to your TV, I mean, you're following a pattern. You've seen the things on that pattern. But if you change your pattern, you go somewhere different, be watchful of what's appearing, because you have changed what you could physically see. People say, well, no, it works that way. Because most of us cut a path in our lawn. We cut a rut in our lawn. We keep that same pattern many years in our lives until we get pulled off the pattern and we start to walk in a different way. Then we see new situations or new people arrive in our lives to give us the information we need. So sometimes Spirit will pull us off our path. Sometimes they will knock us off our path. I've had people end up in the hospital because people in the hospital are going to show them something they would not have seen before, but Spirit knocked them off their feet, made them sick, ended up in the hospital. They saw people that changed their lives. Now they're moving in a different direction. Spirit will say, please come here, please. We're asking you, please. All right, guys, get the duct tape. Let's drag them. And then they'll pull you. But for a while, they'll say, please come here, please. My grandmother used to say, please come to dinner. If we did not come to dinner, she would pull a switch from the front porch and she would come out in the yard and we would definitely come to dinner because she would chase us with that switch to get us to come in the house. So you don't want Spirit chasing you with a switch. Allow them to show you and then pick the path that is best for you. But living in the power within yourself, finding your true passion within your life, that is the key. That is the vibrational key that if you just allow yourself, just ask. I think Lucerne says it the best. Just quietly ask, is there something I need to see, something I need to put in motion, something I need to personally do? Please show me. Covers all bases in the spirit world, everything about what you need to see, what you need to put in motion, what you haven't seen, anything. It puts it all in motion. Then you just watch. I asked about my seance room. This book appeared in my room and it opened to that page. There's the answer that I needed. That was very basic. Sometimes I have to kind of look and see where they're trying to lead me, but I've always understood that they are trying to help me. There's always this constant help from the spirit world. Because if they're going to help me, because I am going to help the group in spirit, the group consciousness. If they don't help me, I can't help them in the way I'm supposed to help them. There's rules that we picked out throughout our lifetime to follow a path, to follow a journey. Your life is not preordained. It's just the places you have to get to affect the people to move past. But you have free will on how you arrive at those specific moments. So pick your path, pick your journey. And I hope you enjoyed that today. Remember, next Thursday, we'll do it again. And I don't know what's on next week. It's on my website. But we're going to have Lucerne talk again here in the near future. He'll talk about something. But I want to teach you. And remember, anything you want to learn about, tell me, email me. I will see if I know something about it or I can get you information about it. And I can send it to you because I have libraries of information here. there's something you want to learn about or know about, I probably have some kind of information about it. I can copy it, scan it, and send it to you in an email, allow you to read it, allow you to see it, because I can pull it from my library and pull it from things I have, or I can teach about it. So if you have something you want me to teach about, let me know, and I will do my best to do it for you. I want to thank you for tuning in today. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being.
Thank you, Louis.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Louis.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
God